Do you have a hard time thinking of gift ideas for you? I know as myself and for many of us as moms, we can go through our entire list of getting gifts for other people. And yet when someone asks us what we want, we get stumped, we feel guilty, or we don't want to ask for what we really want or need. That's why in this episode, I'm going to share with you 10 of my favorite gift ideas. Many of these will be on sale over the holiday season, so whether someone might be gifting you money to buy something that you really want or need yourself, or you have someone else shopping on your behalf, these are 10 ideas that I know you are going to want to consider adding to your Christmas wish list. Hey Mama, I'm Ashley, and welcome to the Veggies and Virtue podcast. In this podcast, you will find simple menu ideas, kitchen organizational systems spelled out for mom life, and feeding tips and tricks that are both evidence-based and grace-laced. I believe that you can find flexibility when it comes to feeding your family so that you can feel calm, capable, and connected in the kitchen. As a registered dietitian and Christian mom of 3 myself, I want you to break free from the mealtime battles and to feel equipped while feeding your kids all day long. Pull up a stool at my kitchen counter and let me pour you a cup of coffee and say a quick prayer for you. It's time to chat about the meal times, messes, moments, and ministry of motherhood. If you listened to my previous episode on stocking stuffer and gift ideas for our kids, you know that I have the superpower of being very, very practical. So some of these are going to sound very boring to you, but I am assuming that I'm not alone in asking for really practical gifts as a mom. And even though, yes, a lot of these things might be the things that we might just say, oh, I'll buy that for myself anyways when we just need it, I also know that sometimes we need to wait for an excuse or a sale to buy these things. And so over the holiday time is when I have personally purchased many of these items because they have such great sales, or because I've been gifted Christmas money and because it's more than maybe I would spend on myself, then I feel like it validates me purchasing some of these higher ticket items. So I'm going to go ahead and go through 10 of these. Some of these are shocking, surprise, or big surprise. They are related to cooking or items you might want in the kitchen. Not all of them though, so hang with me. However, I will mention if you are looking for like fashion advice, any of that, know that I am most definitely staying in my lane. And while I may have used the analogy in a previous episode about capsule wardrobes and how they relate to systems in our kitchens, this gift guide has 0 fashion related items on it outside of maybe the one that I'll go ahead and start with as we talk about it, my watch. I am asked about my watch all the time. It's shown often in my stories. I've had it for several years now. Quite honestly, I should probably be asking for a replacement band for Christmas because my watch, if you've seen it before, is white with like a rose gold face. And it's from Garmin. If you're a runner and you're familiar with the line of Garmin, Garmin has some great ones for tracking distance and things like that. I've had those historically, especially when marathon training and things like that. It does not have as accurate a functionality on the one that I have, and then I'll link in the show notes. However, the style of it is just so beautiful. It's the Vivo Move, and again, I'll link it because the exact model has changed a little bit since the one that I got because this was a gift. My husband and I both gave each other watches for Valentine's Day probably 2 or 3 years ago now. And this one I've had no issue with. It syncs with my phone. Personally, I'm not really an Apple Watch person. That's what my husband got. I didn't really want it dinging on my wrist, and I like to be a little bit more removed from my phone and not getting every notification, but I do love this watch. I chose it because of the style. And I wanted the step counter, but I wasn't as worried about it, like calculating my mileage and things like that. For me, if I'm on a long run, I usually have my phone and can track the distance there if I need to. Otherwise, I can see text messages pop up. So if I hear a ding on my phone, I can quickly and easily see it. But otherwise, as y'all have probably heard me mention before, I'm not a super tech savvy person. So I didn't need all the bells and whistles on this watch. I really wanted a way to just tell time without having to look at my phone. But because I'm asked about it all the time, I will link it in the show notes as well. But that is really the only piece of any of the items I'm sharing that you could wear. So that ends our fashion segment for this episode. Moving forward into some of the things that I can speak on a little bit better. And that would be one of the things that I was given on my wedding registry that is still going strong. My husband and I have been married over 10 years now, and we were gifted by his parents a Vitamix on our wedding registry. And I'm often asked if I think it was worth it, if I think it's worth the price. I know that there's several other phenomenal blenders out there at varying price points that have a lot of great sales this season. So you can do your research on each of those. I am just going to speak to the Vitamix because it's the one that I've used for the last 10 years. I have had to replace the kind of like blender container once before, and they had great customer service. I think the warranty is 7 years on it. And so we were able to replace it in that warranty. And I've already told myself that if and when, which I'm sure at some point it will, the Vitamix goes, I will absolutely be replacing it because it's just been such a good product for us. And I mentioned a smoothie gift idea in the episode for kids, but if you are interested in making more smoothies or really just making soups and sauces or nut butters or, blending your own grains, I make a lot of our own oat flour with how much gluten-free baking and things that we do. The Vitamix has been a terrific option. Additionally, another kitchen appliance that I love that I will probably be gifting some family this year just because some people are not yet on the air fryer trend. And I gotta say, it's awesome. It's so great. My husband and I both love it. My husband is not the primary chef in the house. And yet, as soon as he knows he can put something in the air fryer, he's just that much more apt. It's kind of like the grill or the smoker for him. If I tell him he can put it in there or on there, he's more inclined to want to cook with it. And the air fryer is great for reheating leftovers. It's great for doing anything from salmon to Brussels sprouts. I mean, we've done so many different things in there, and I love it. When ours bites the dust, I'll probably buy another one. Right now, we have a single compartment one. I know there's some like dual compartment ones, so definitely look into the size and kind of how many people you're feeding and what your needs might be. But we have a pretty basic one that I think we got on like a holiday sale at Costco, and it's been a great option for us. Another appliance that gets put to use in the kitchen a lot, but not necessarily a kitchen appliance, is our Dyson vacuum. You've probably seen a lot of people share this as a gift idea. This is one that we got from my in-laws for Christmas. We formerly had gotten like the iRobot Roombas from them. This vacuum is phenomenal. We've loved it. It's a handheld, cordless, and it's been great. It makes it super easy for myself. Again, things that my husband catches on to. He has liked this vacuum and just the ease of use. But now as my kids especially get a little older and more able to help in household tasks, it's not a cumbersome vacuum at all. It's, as I mentioned, cordless, handheld. We just have it mounted in our laundry room so we can really quickly, easily go grab it off the charger, bring it into the kitchen, vacuum up after meal times. So I will link that Dyson handheld vacuum in the show notes as well. Also, one of the things that we do vacuum is my Ruggable rug. I have this as a long runner in the kitchen. I bought this after we did our kitchen remodel in 2020. And it's been great because I think I was just telling my husband the other day, even maybe about a week ago, I washed it because Max's paw prints had been getting all muddy all over it. And within just a couple days, I was telling my husband I already needed to wash it again. But that versus, say, the rug that's right behind me in our office, which also has Max's dirty paw prints on it, but is not as easy to wash. It's kind of more of that jute texture. And quite honestly, I'm probably just going to have to get rid of the rug, which is really sad, but I have no idea how to clean it. So clearly that was a purchase made before having a dog and maybe even before having kids, or, when I was still a new mom and didn't recognize the need of having washable rugs or rugs that are easy to wash. I know there's a lot of different rug brands out there that people like, but I have really liked our Ruggable. I know a lot of people have asked if I like it, what I think about it, would I replace it? And it's been a great option for us, specifically in the kitchen. I don't have Ruggables. I don't think I have any other ones anywhere else in the house. I would consider it in the living room, as we just got some new living room furniture and things like that. But in the kitchen, it's been phenomenal because obviously that's where so many spills and, food particles and things like that get. So it vacuums up really easily, but also it washes up even better. So I love that option, and that might be a fun way to kind of just refresh a rug in your house if you need a washable option. The sixth idea I want to give you is something that my husband and I made a goal for together on our 10th anniversary, as we were talking about just different ways that we wanted to kind of date our spouse more in the upcoming decade. And one of the things that we have decided to do together, and I've shared some of these when we've done them over the last few months, are cooking classes. This is a great gift idea. We've done Sur La Table, which is the local option for us, but there's probably a lot of places wherever you're located in your community that offer cooking classes. Sometimes independently people will have them that they can come to your home, or they could host you and some friends, or you can go on site like we do at Sur La Table and you can pick whichever kind of menu appeals to you the most. And then you and your husband or you and a group of friends can all go do a cooking class. And we have really loved that. It's like you get your dinner meal, or you get that meal that you would probably go out to eat on a date night, but you get the experience of making it together. You build some of those skills, so it's less intimidating to know how to make some of the foods that you may really enjoy but otherwise not make yourself. My husband and I have really, really enjoyed doing cooking classes, and that is definitely something I would feel inclined to ask for, again, as a gift, as a kind of a free date night type option, or even girls' date night if you want to go out with your girlfriends. Another thing that I have gotten as a gift from my husband and my kids on Mother's Day, but I think it would make a really great Christmas gift too, and this could be especially if you're looking for like a lower price point item to ask for, is doing something like a coffee mug with little family photos or pictures on it and things like this. Every year for Mother's Day, my husband creates a coffee mug with different pictures of the kids eating or in the kitchen or helping me cook or garden, kind of more food forward type pictures. And I cherish them. They're basically, now that I have 8 years worth of them, it's really dominates my my mug cupboard. And so I cherish them. I love drinking out of them. I have one right now, right next to me. But having someone, make you a personal mug, or this would be a really sweet thing to also give someone else, maybe your mom or something. But since we're focusing here on ideas that you could ask for, maybe telling your spouse or your kids that they could work together on something like this. And then the real kicker of where the fluctuation in cost could come from is maybe asking them to give you a gift card to your favorite coffee shop. Some of you I know may be avid fans of a local coffee shop where they have your order on repeat and they know exactly when you're coming in and they bring it out to you when they see your car. For me personally, I drink pretty basic coffee here. And just my husband and I were talking recently, when it was his birthday, I bought some nice coffee and I asked him if he could tell the difference. And he was like, oh yeah, it was so noticeable, because I didn't realize how plain Jane boring coffee that we had been drinking, and quite honestly inexpensive, just basic coffee. It was just the cost effective one that I buy at Costco, but it's not necessarily like a more boutique-y coffee. So whether you want someone to, if you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, you may ask for a gift card to your favorite coffee shop. I do not frequent coffee shops unless I'm going there to work, and then I will buy something because I'm working there. But otherwise, I do not frequent coffee shops very often, just because personally, for my own spending habits, I prefer to not spend money on coffee since I make it very cost effectively at home. However, if I was given a gift card, I would be much more inclined to kind of give myself that permission. And for me, that would be a big gift because I wouldn't otherwise go to these coffee shops. However, I really do love supporting these little small coffee shops in my town. One of them is my favorite, particularly. Maybe in your town, you have a favorite as well. So you could ask for a gift card. So you kind of give yourself permission to go there more often, or to hit the drive-through, or, to just go sit and read a book. I mean, like, how magical does that sound to us as moms to just go sit in a coffee shop with a hot cup of coffee, chat with a friend, read a book, just do something? That is a gift that definitely I feel like would be appreciated and has been appreciated by me. Or if not, getting your favorite type of coffee, like the grounds or the beans or something like that, could be really special thing to do with that mug as well. The next thing I was going to mention is new running shoes. For me is a big one. I burn through running shoes quite often, and I love new running shoes or new workout clothes. One of my most favorite stocking stuffers for myself to ask for is Belega socks. They're so comfortable. If you've never tried them, definitely check them out with the show notes link. They're just amazing, but they're like, I think about $15 a pair. And for me personally, that seems like kind of a lot to spend on every pair of socks. And so now I've accumulated several pairs over the years through, holidays and buying them for myself when I'm getting new running shoes or things like that. But it's always a treat to get a new pair of those. So that might be a fun option to suggest. Or, just if you need any sort of new exercise attire to kind of accomplish your fitness goals in the upcoming year, that might be a fun gift idea as well. Additionally, to think of ways to help you achieve your goals in the upcoming year, you can also gift 3 months of accountability and coaching calls with me. That's a way that someone else could purchase on your behalf a gift card, and you could have the first 3 months of calls in 2023 covered and paid for, so that you know you have a dietitian in your corner, rooting for you, supporting you, and helping you in whatever ways that you feel fit for the goals that you're setting for your family in terms of how you feed them. This might be in terms of some of the ways that you want to be adapting your own eating habits and influencing your child's relationship with food. This might be, in terms of resetting your kitchen and getting your family set up for a healthier year ahead. Whatever it might be for you, I would just encourage you to check the link in the show notes. It'll bring you to my shop site, and that's where you could be gifted or with gift money purchase a consultation package where the Christmas consultation will give you 3 months worth of coaching calls with me to help kick off 2023 right. The last and final thing that's probably appropriate, especially as we get into drawing nearer to the new year, is a planner. I know some people, one of my best friends and I have this debate often, the debate between a digital and a paper planner. Personally, I'm a diehard paper planner person. I love it. And my most favorite planner is by Horacio. I will link it in the show notes, but I have tried many paper planners over the years, and I've found some that I really like. But this is one that I was gifted by my business coach last year, and I have personally chosen to use again for 2023. So I've already purchased the planner. It even came with like a free dream planning course on it. I love that Horacio, as a printing company, supports A21 Ministries to help support combating human trafficking. And I think it's just a great business. I really like Polly Payne, who runs it and has her own podcast. And I think it's a great gift. I want to say for the planner and kind of the whole bundle it came with like these nice little gold pens and then that free course that came with it and stuff, was maybe around $75. I want to say I bought it maybe about a month ago, so I don't quite remember. But it is my favorite planner. If you're still in the market for looking for a 2023 planner, I would definitely encourage you to check out Horacio Planner or Horacio Printing for any of the items that they have. So I think that covers all 10 of the items that I had listed out as my personal favorites for things that I've been gifted over the years, things that I would continue to see myself asking for or really appreciating if someone was asking me what I would like for a gift. So I hope that it gives you some fun ideas that are special to you, that can just be enjoyed by you, and that can help you feel loved and celebrated in this holiday season. It has been a joy having you on the podcast today. And if you've enjoyed it as well, I have a quick favor to ask. Do you mind hopping over to Apple Podcasts and leaving me a written review? This will only take you a hot second, but it truly blesses me every time I get to read what one of you write over there, and it allows me to bless others through this podcast and the episodes to come. The other thing that you can do is to take a screenshot of this episode and tag me over on Instagram at Veggies and Virtue. I would love to see what action steps that you're taking from this episode, and also to support your family in the journey moving forward. Until next time, thanks for coming over to chat at my kitchen counter. Remember that you will always have a seat and a snack waiting for you here.